We start off with Hannah, an insomniac who kills time cruising the city. Then there's Mia, a prostitute looking for new meaning in her life. And finally, Martha. She lives a dull life, working her job's graveyard shift day in and day out. Their paths cross when they meet at a rave. They become inseparable. Nightly adventures ensue, and that's Wanderers of the Night. I mean, the basic idea. There's obviously more to it. Mind if I... Yeah. No studio financing. No executive producers up my ass to pick up the pace. I mean, that's all whatever, but it's nice to have freedom sometimes. I think fans of my work will enjoy it. Yeah, mostly just me and the actors. We shot it all on location in New York City, and haven't filmed anything there since my first feature. No, not Fallout. It was Come on,
we're dying to discover a new Vincent Ventura classic.
The Sender is what it was called.
Really? I don't think that's just Tom Cruise. I think everyone was in the fight scene. Well, I didn't like the first one. I love the fact that like, the first one in the wrong movie again. Oh, is it Tom Cruise? Jack Ryan? Yeah. Jack Ryan. There's a fight scene. Yes, that's Jack Ryan.
I have one more left.
You know why they
One more film in the works of Vincent Ventura will be completed. A cross between Cassavetes and De Palma. Ventura's work spans only a measly 8 years, but in that time was able to push out masterpiece after masterpiece. Fallout, The Gamer, Nobody Knows We're Alone, Wanderers of the Night. He was planning to helm a sequel to that John Landis film called An American Werewolf in Hong Kong. But shortly before they began filming, he disappeared and the studio scrapped the idea. Everything in his home was sold off, including prints of his 4 films, as well as a mystery print of another film called The Sender. The events surrounding his disappearance are unclear. What really intrigues me is this film. The way Ventura talks about it, even without a plot synopsis, connects with me. My girlfriend, Sarah, has been helping me out, searching for this unreleased film. We're definitely up for the challenge. Babe, you up for a movie tonight? I stay up late at night, just thinking about it. What is it about? The Sender. It sounds like science fiction. Not deep science fiction, that's for sure. More grounded. Humanistic. Babe, wake up. Come on, it's time to go to bed. I imagine Ventura himself, as an alien convict, sentenced to a 25-year imprisonment on Earth, trapped in a human body, shot on an insanely cheap budget, guerrilla style, Super 8, all the elements of an auteur's first feature.
I'm thinking maybe it starts off with him disgusted in the position he's in. You know? Because he's got this narrow-minded view on humans. Hates them. He just wants to be left alone.
So what'll happen next?
I don't know. I haven't really thought that far yet. The thing is, I don't want to think that far. You know, to go through all that work, getting excited, only to find out none of it is real.
Listen, babe, I think I need to give up on fighting this whole project thing.
What? Are you crazy?
No, we've been going at it for how long? A couple months? I'm tired.
But we're so close, I can just
No!
feel it.
No, we're not. You really need to take this concept and expand it, do something with it, jot down some notes.
Maybe.
Anything to get this out of your system.
I can ask Garrett.
Yeah, that's good. He can adapt it into something.
No. He knows people who are into some really obscure shit.
Johnny.
No. This could work.
Sarah just doesn't understand. Her and I have been beginning to move away from each other. And I find myself further flirting with the unknown. There's one problem, though. I'm unable to get a clear image of what I've described this film to be. Like a blurred dream. I need to know more. Tell me more.
What's the sender about? You're not getting it out of me that easily. That film will never see the light of day.
That better.
No, not at all. It feels embarrassing though. I mean, look at me. I'm at the top of my game right now. Highly praised, everybody fucking loves me. Let them watch this. They'll be scratching their heads on how I was able to get to this point.
What do you mean?
It's just weird. And I have the only copy in existence.
Sarah is out tonight. She invited me to come with, but I told her I wasn't feeling too well. Truth is, wait, there's that sound again. The presence of any kind of disturbance sends me into a state of panic. Can't think about the sender like this. to show me something it knew I would like.
I despise humans, but in order to survive and serve my time, I need to act like one of them. Master their earthlyisms, how they walk, how they talk. There's only so much I can learn through Celluloid. Good thing is, most humans live in a world where they are front and center. They won't notice me. I can blend in by just keeping to myself. If I'm approached by one, just nod and pretend I'm listening. They like to hear themselves speak anyways, right? Oh, this'll be easy.
Is it weird that I've fallen in love with something that only exists in the dreamscapes of my mind? I've felt this way since my first time with Sarah.
I know they're watching me from some intergalactic fucking orb, or possibly human plants. Trying to make sure I don't end my 25 years too early.
The sender.
But in order to serve
My sender. This is what I've been yearning for. But it's only a substitute. The real thing is out there, waiting for me.
Lost, unreleased, forgotten. The sender comes in many forms. What will it evolve into next? Approached by one, just nod and pretend I'm listening. I spend my days here, and this place, doing nothing in particular. Just observing. The majority of these humans wouldn't last more than a few hours where I come from. They'd get eaten alive. In a figurative sense. Wearing straitjackets by the end of it all. I, on the other hand, have the mental capacity to survive any situation I'm thrown into. What am I even talking about?
You think you can help me out?
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I'm just been doing my own thing. I don't know.
Nice. What can I help you with?
You ever heard of a film called The Sender?
The Sender. Yeah, I think so. Sci-fi film, right?
Mm-hmm.
From 82.
No, not that one. It's Vincent Ventura's The Sender.
Ventura. You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not nearly up there with the most well-known directors, but his work is in the public consciousness, so... I just don't see an obscure hidden gem in his career.
I mean, it's sort of an unreleased film.
Well, that makes more sense.
No, I just thought, because you run in circles where people are actively trying to dig up obscure rarities, you might know of a copy lying around or something.
I don't know. I didn't even know about it. I can ask around. What's the film about?
I'm tempted to tell him about my theory. But maybe it'll just confuse whoever he asks. I begin to drift off, losing my place in the conversation. I think about what'll happen next. I imagine myself serving future sequences. What I admire about Ventura's work is that he doesn't mask anything. His stuff is just a meticulously planned set of images. Raw, unfiltered. It never feels like I'm watching a film with him. The characters, the scenarios, the world. It's real life. I need to get out of here. See what happens next. I don't know how I got home, but here I am. Nothing matters anymore. It's just me and the sender. I've been struggling to act normally in front of people. I think Sarah is starting to notice. Maybe worry. Become annoyed.
I've gotten myself into a very unusual predicament. I've met this human of the female variety. Well, sort of. I spotted her one night coming out of a bar. I felt this sudden wave of pleasure rush throughout the body. It felt good, to my surprise. Her name is Sarah, which I only know through the interactions she's had with others. I don't know what it is about this girl, but I'm just completely love-struck. One of these days, I'm gonna go up and talk to her.
In recent years, lost films have been rediscovered. Wake in Fright, The Intruder, The Amusement Park. It's the negatives or prints that somehow find their way to some of the strangest places decades later. I know the people around me think that the sender is too good to be true. I think it just hasn't had its moment yet.
So, how much are you looking for? Say 500.
500? Sounds good to me.
I'm sure you were told. It's not just about the money. There's something else you gotta do for me before you get that film.
Yeah. We're in.
Good. A message at the time, date, location. You don't have to have all the money by then.
Can I...
What?
Can I see it?
Not much to see here. Just digitized copy from my father's collection. He's an archivist. He bought Ventura's entire filmography, 35mm prints at his state's auction, including the masterpiece that never got released.
We'll probably never get a release.
Did you watch it?
My father? I don't know. I feel like if he had, I'd know about it.
Have you seen it?
No. I don't know what I'd do if I had.
I think if people watch The Sender, it will end cinema as we know it to be.
It's a pretty bold statement.
I'm being completely serious. People, the general public, they wouldn't need anything else. They could watch the film 5, 10, 15 times. It would still feel like the first time every time. Filmmakers wouldn't know what to do next. I didn't think I'd even be able to move forward in something that I absolutely, truly love. I tell you right now, I was consumed by The Sender.
I made something so powerful. I needed to erase it from my mind, lock it up somewhere hidden so I would forget about it. Eventually, once I got my career going, I returned to it. It was... See, I can't even put it into words right now. But I knew I made the right decision. I was a bit stronger this time, not easily defeated. I knew what I was getting into, and most importantly, knew how to get out.
I asked around, see if anybody had heard of The Sender. They all thought I was talking about the '82 film.
So no luck.
Unfortunately. But I did find this. Lost in the countless sea of Filmmaker business cards I've obtained while working here. Jordan Mulbeck came in one day trying to convince me to sell some of his films.
torture streams?
Yeah.
The devil pukes my soul. Unhinged.
I can see why I declined. Actually met up outside afterwards. Didn't last long, but I'm sure if you mention my name, he'll remember. He briefly mentioned having a film that he dubbed
The masterpiece that never got released.
Never knew what he meant by that.
You think it might be the sender?
It's worth a shot. Thing is, when he was around, he was always filming something. It's kind of weird. Might be hard to get a hold of him.
I like that. Let's start with this.
You got a phone call.
Let it go to voicemail. I gotta perfect the shot.
Jordan, how long you gonna keep me like this, man?
A couple more minutes. 15, 45 tops.
What?
Sure hate to be you right now, man.
Are you supposed to be getting ready in costume right now? For your close-up? Can happen at any time?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll give it 15, 20 minutes tops.
Would you lighten up? Okay, remember what we're doing this for. We're about to make history.
I've called so many times. Sorry.
What?
Just answer.
I finally got through to him. Introduced myself as a friend of Garrett's. It took him a moment to realize who that was. He was in a rush, so we agreed to meet up. This might sound insane, but I fully believe Jordan has the sender. I haven't been so sure of anything in my entire life.
Good. Cut.
Sarah? Were you listening? Hello? Well, I have some big news. I think I found it. I think I found the sender. Maybe. I'm meeting up with a guy who might be able to help us out. Tonight. Isn't that great? Let me recite an excerpt from my sender. Day 175. I have suspicion that there is an ulterior motive for my being here. The feeling of being watched has died down, and as time passes on, I'm becoming more comfortable in this body. Am I actually enjoying the company of humans? is desperation just kicking in? I still like to keep to myself. It's relaxing. It's... What the... How did this end up here? It's from them. I know it is. Are they testing me? To see if I'll return to my criminal ways? It is tempting.
Jordan?
Yeah. You must be Garrett's friend.
Yeah, Johnny.
So, what do you need of?
The sender.
Shh. Have to concentrate.
Where'd you find it?
I didn't. It was given to me.
By who?
I don't know. It was done anonymously.
Well, I mean, how is it? Is
I haven't seen it. It's at my place, encased in a glass box, just waiting to be admired.
You don't watch The Sender. It's not about the movie at all. It's the privilege of obtaining something extraordinary. Something no one else has. And the power that comes with that privilege.
Shh. Have to concentrate. Fuck. We're short a few hundred. I'm gonna call him.
There's already an offer for 500.
I mean, I'll do $1,000.
You reek of desperation. I love it.
Anything to get my hands on that movie.
Gosh, you scared me. What happened?
There are more people in the equation. Chris and Phil. On one end, I feel like I can connect with them. Their love for Ventura and the eagerness to watch the sender. On the other end is envy. I just raised the price. They're gonna want to one-up. I'll go back and forth until somebody ends up on top. I guess this thing has a purpose after all.
Just begun to feel a strain. You see, I have my week.
Have you ever heard of Mysticism In Obscurity? The films that will never see the light of day. The Day the Clown Cried, Farewell Performance, Him. Films that have been ingrained in the minds of film lovers as a sort of challenge. Can we find them? Are they even real? The more interest that's exerted on the film, the more powerful it becomes. Us humans, as complex as we think we might be, can be boiled down to two projections, love and hate. And some people, who I'd call idiots, will simply tell you hate is bad and love is good. What their tiny little minds can't comprehend is that they're both evil. You know exactly what I'm saying. It's out there. I've exposed the sender to all of you here. And whether you like to believe it or not, even the slightest mention of it will spiral you out of control.
He's fucking with us. He has to be fucking with us. I mean, $1,000? You know how long it's taken for us just to get $500? Is he gonna play the puppet for him too? Force him into a shitty little movie? I spent almost 6 hours sitting in my good shirt, ruined by blood. And I thought you said nobody else knew about this film, huh?
I didn't think there were this many hardcore Vincent Ventura fans. But forget all that. We have to come up with another offer quick. He said they were dead serious about this.
Who did, Jordan? We can't give them any more money than we already have. Or else we'd be broke, with the film in our possession, living on the streets with nowhere to play it.
And we tried this other guy. We call him and meet up with him and try to just convince him that we need this more than he does.
That's it. You two, can go away.
Yeah, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Listen, the cast and I were kind of concerned about,
Intake. What's the problem?
Well, we think maybe pausing the shoot might be good for his mental health. I mean, he really thinks this lost film exists.
It's called method acting, Phil. You'll be fine once the film's done.
No. I've seen method acting and this is off the fucking rails. I mean, Sarah and him are struggling with their scenes. Keenan and I can't even have a conversation with him without you being brought up. He thinks you're really Vincent Ventura.
Listen, I can't pause the film now. We're almost done.
Then, at least talk to him.
Hold up.
I don't sleep anymore. Each time I close my eyes, I just see more of it. Though, it's just images now. Non-sequential. Abstract. I've lost the story, I think. Or is this it? this the direction the film is deciding to take?
What are you trying to do? You driving me nuts. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you making me like this? Why? Why?
You think I'm mad, don't you?
A flash of an extraterrestrial's memory, slowly fading. A new life becoming constructed.
I am the sender. The sender is me.
Open up the water bottle closest to you. Open it up and drink. And cut. Awesome. Just gotta do one more shot and that's it until tomorrow. You'll be meeting with Chris and Phil. We'll be shooting this. What do you think?
I mean, as long as I get to see the sender, then I'm all for whatever.
Oh, that's a promise? Have I steered you wrong yet? You'll be bringing in the gun from the living room. Back in the kitchen. And store it in here. Perfect spot for a quick draw.
What about Jordan?
What about him?
He has a film.
I know. You don't think I know. I wrote the fucking script. I know everything that's happened. I know everything that's gonna happen. We're thinking too far ahead. Just focus on what's next.
There's this look he has that I can't help to question. Is he starting to remember? Or continuing to forget? I let him sleep afterwards. Though I need to keep close. After talking with Phil, I'm a bit worried. Johnny's reality can start to collapse at any moment. And might be already. All because of them. I can't have that. Not at this stage in the film. I'm taking over now. We start off with him. 𝘕𝘠𝘦𝘥 𝘎𝘪𝘳𝘭 and there's me. Hey.
Yo! Who's there?
What? Finally, Martha. 𝘕𝘠𝘪𝘴 working your job's graveyard, day in, day out. Paths cross when we meet at a rate to become inseparable. Nightly adventures ensue. Dance wanders. I mean, the basic idea. There's obviously more to it. Yeah, no studio financing, no executive producers up my ass to pick up the piece. I mean, that's all whatever, but it's nice to have. But everything is starting to blur for me too. Is this part of the movie? Have I become just another name in the credits?
I tried to sleep.
and I fell in and out of half dreams. I remember my father saying that you're about to awaken when you dream that you're dreaming.
Melody, what's wrong?
Every second that passes feels like a scene, instead of the life I'm supposed to be living. There are lines that I know I'm gonna say before I even say. The trajectory. A goal that I can't imagine would have any other outcome than its intended one. There was nobody in the apartment. Nobody that has access, at least. I'm a recluse when I work. Nobody knows what they're in for until they see the final product. If it even gets done. Who's writing this script? Garrett thinks I'm in too deep. And he's right. Except his name isn't Garrett. It's something else. Something is following me. With a camera. My camera. And big bright lights. Looking over my shoulder. It's like the secret cinema. This is a scene. But it isn't. A scene is straightforward, makes sense. I don't even remember setting up a shoot with Garrett and Jordan. The film lost to time. It's slowly becoming true as I watch more films. These are scenes. This is what I wanted my film to be. But after a while, it wasn't my choice anymore. The script is ever changing, but they weren't mine. Who's even making this film? Who's behind the wheel? Not me. I've just become another name in the credits.
I'm ready for rehearsal.
Chris and Phil? You're late.
IR watch.
Nice place. Live alone?
No, I live with my girlfriend, Sarah.
Where is she?
Look, I thought we got together to talk about who gets dibs on the sender, not my personal life.
Oh, yes. Well, Chris and I have a proposition.
Ignore them. When they come to you with the offer. Instead, ask them what they think the sender is about. And get them into the kitchen as soon as possible.
Look, I mean, you guys must have some kind of idea of what the film is about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I'm curious to know if you don't mind.
Sure. Why don't you take this one?
Vincent Ventura. It's the title name. A man from 60 years in the future, where chemical toxins have infected every living organism on Earth. Life itself hangs on the very brink of non-existence. Ventura opts to join a government program, travel back in time to gather more time, extract people's souls, taking what little years they have left and sending it back.
Okay, but like how?
A watch that doubles as an interdimensional portal.
I could care less about what they actually think the sender could be.
I know. But you gotta act like you do. Just exaggerate your response.
It's a bit of a retrospective nostalgia piece. High concept, minimalistic.
That's actually really good.
And remember, get them to the kitchen.
Ventura always was a genius. We wouldn't have imagined this film as anything other than that.
You guys want a drink?
Once you get here, there's only one thing on your mind.
What about you? What's your sender like?
Minimalistic, like yours, but well, I mean, the sci-fi aspect isn't the main appeal, so.
You'd want to take your time though. Just enough so that you can get them comfortable with your version.
Ventura plays an alien convict who is sent down to Earth within the body of a human as his prison sentence. And as years pass, his thoughts and memories of the life he had begin to fade, giving way to his new human form. You know, I think I got something better for you guys. This conversation piece that we're having, as much as we like to tell ourselves, is not about love for Ventura's work, or even cinema.
Then inch yourself closer to the drawer and open it.
Even if it was, I mean, we'd be watching it at Jordan's place together, so.
Pull the trigger.
We've become so connected with this idea that in our mind there's no other way that this can go, right? I mean, one of us needs to be the main owner.
Pull the trigger.
I can admit to being selfish. I mean, I come to terms with that. But can you two do the same? Judging by that bull offer you made me, but I don't think so.
Just pull it.
It happened just like it does in the movies. The real ones, with a budget, professional actors, and a crew of people making the magic happen. But there's no magic here. Just a depressive reality. One where the nightmares run rampant and seem to not let up.
I am the sender. The sender is me.
You're ready. One where I'm not even there. My mind is just fading. Beyond the idea. Beyond the script. Becoming submerged in a sea of celluloid for a long period of time. Something is trying to drown me.
It seems to be most of the cast are crew like shit just to get his vision.
I try to fight back, successfully popping up to breathe for brief moments before being plunged back.
What a piece of shit. His ego is insanely enormous. I mean, when the film comes out, it'll speak for itself.
This wasn't part of my
To be
script.
honest, the whole thing was just a very
It isn't me,
experience. Ventura is just
but it's no use now. His mind is so fractured by admiration for Ventura that he'll listen to anything I'll fucking say.
I haven't been able to continue the sender. It's just been this shot for the last little while. That's all I can imagine. I haven't even heard from Jordan in the last few days. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yes. Anything wrong? Yes, I know.
I need my sender fix. Either real or imaginary.
What do you think?
You need to hear this.
How many are we up to?
About 5 now.
See, I told you this was a great financial endeavor. Ventura is a film buff magnet. He's like the underground Tarantino. Everybody loves him, they worship his work, they all think he's something special to them. They want to be the first to watch this film.
Too bad you don't have it.
It doesn't even exist. Ventura was insane. Rumor has it, he made up dozens of films to boost his resume up. Features, shorts. The Sender is the only one he got caught on camera talking about. Why do you think they all starred himself? And anybody else he mentions being a part of it never existed.
So, what's on that disc?
The 82 Sender!
Which one of these guys do you think we're gonna get the most out of?
I'm thinking Johnny. He had no hesitation to make it a grand. Chris, Phil, maybe the others you got, while they may crave this opportunity, they have limits. I could tell, looking into Johnny's eyes. This is his life.
That's insane.
Pathetic is what it is. Which is why he's perfect for this.
He lied to you. They all did. I didn't want it to have to come to this, but I do have to film. The Sender is real. I just need your help to finish the film. Maybe I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. I can't let the film go. Thought I could, but I can't. It and I are one. I am the Sender. The Sender is me. I'm just thinking about how this will all end. It changes. Daily. I've been at it for God knows how long. Unable to break the illusion. Trying to salvage whatever I can from this mess. Sometimes I want out myself.
Well, he wouldn't, would he? Huh?
There's always something pulling me back in. I feel like I've created something that's too ambitious. The film has a mind of its own.
Who's driving you crazy?
Conflicting battles between myself and it. Maybe I should just give in. He stands outside, waiting to be called upon.
So I'm lying in bed and I'm thinking about like how this movie essentially broke me many times, and
Day one of a movie never feels good. You're always just like, I'm getting fragments of a movie that's totally not at all what I had in mind. It's not the process, it's not the life, it's not like the liveliness. But we kept going. And it got a little better as we pushed on, and then my body gave out from under me. I was so exhausted, I'd be falling asleep. And the whole time I'm thinking, my movie's fucked. It has no life in it. There's no reality in it. There's no edge to it. There's no feeling of personality, feeling of being like of our lives. But you know, in my mind, we're just that's not the movie we made. I made a movie with a metaphor in it. The real thing is not the real thing, and I needed to make a movie about the real thing. That's not necessarily true, but in my mind, I just started deconstructing it in my head, rewriting the movie every single night on my phone. I'm just writing new scenes that have nothing to do with it. Stories within stories, stories of the devil, coming to an artist, like a plague artist, like the story of Faust. Reheat the left, and I just wanted to add and to capture real people, how they are, whether they're pretending to be something else. I started scheming up scenes in which, you know, I'm almost gonna like embarrass the actors by doing things that they don't expect. And I just realized, how did we end up at this point where this fictional movie literally became a documentary of something real? And I realized that's the magic, is like clashing totally fake what's in your head with totally real what's in the exact moment right now, like you're doing right now. And it started destroying my life, and I kept writing new pages, and I kept saying, we're not even gonna shoot the scenes that need to be there for the movie to make any fucking sense. And I just started doing this mental math. Every single day I'm on my phone just reorganizing the same scenes that I knew were sitting on my computer. I hadn't even watched all the footage for it, made selects for it, and just trying to like connect these images that I had in my mind that were maybe what I had on film. Is this a movie or is it an essay? Is it a story or is it a thesis statement? Or is it a dream? You know, my thesis statement started to become that, well, you know, no movie actually makes money today, no independent movie. Playing film festivals, you don't even get distribution. If you do get distribution, it's worse off than if you don't. And I just had to keep going. You know, I would give up, and then I keep going. And it just starts to feel like this sort of self-destructive mission in which the movie is the goal. And every month I'm like, well, it's gonna get done this month, but it doesn't get done. Every day I'm walking around, I'm walking around with my girlfriend, and I'm like happy, but I'm doing that mental math in my mind. I'm still putting together little modules of scenes and ideas. It's like editing the movie just becomes like, I start creating new context for the images. The more that I do that, the more I break down the scenes, the more I make them weird, surreal, dreamlike, the more they start to express both what I wrote, but as well what I was feeling, and I forgot that I was feeling. What was I writing about?
I looked through the viewfinder, and it was pitch black. There is no movie to watch, because I'm living it. A world, an entity, manifested by obsession. Our obsession. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I see myself in Kodak. The dust, scratches, all the grittiness feels more real. But nothing compares to what I have going on in here. I've gone mad with success, the idea of it, the mock reality that this entity would see the light of day. The harsh reality that nothing will come out of this. Not even a script. That's why I stay in the dream.
In my mind, I'm making an experimental film, but making experimental films today, it's like, what, you think I want to try to get like tenure at a university? No, I want to make a movie to play on a sheet in a room with whoever the audience is. I was making it for one audience by the end of this. I was making this movie for one audience to watch in the back of a room, or in my living room, or wherever, in the biggest theater in the world. I was making a blockbuster, experimental, busted movie. And it wasn't a meta movie, it was just what it was. Always just try to find money. Relief enough so that it can stay in the movie, stay inside of it.
I sit here, anticipating Johnny's return. He did a great job, but I'm afraid there's no way he can come back from the state that he's in. I have to burn all of the evidence. Life is short, but art lives on.
You have 20 new messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. First, new message.
But nothing plays. It's just silent. Even the outside ambience begins to drown out. Johnny doesn't know what to do. He just sits there, looking around the room. He's directionless. It's time for the grand finale. I compose myself. Make sure I'm ready to do this. But I don't want the dream to end, because once it cuts to black, that'll be it. Maybe killing him isn't the answer. I need to continue to push him beyond what he thinks the film is. Follow up on my promise. Show him the sender. Show him a film that does not exist. My grip tightens on the gun as I mutely make my way to the living room. But he's gone. Vanished into thin air. Or perhaps back into the recesses of my mind. Back to just a character that has yet to become fleshed out. As a part of a movie that will never be made. Drifting along. Or perhaps he's just sitting opposite me, shrouded in darkness, waiting patiently. I take a deep breath, bring the gun up, and slip my fingers on the trigger.